Hey guys, it's me Heather, and I am coming to you today with some Travel Pro packing tips. Now, the biggest issues that I have seen in people is overpacking. People think, oh, well, I'll need this and I'll need that, and what if I need this and what if I need that? And I have some tips for you that are related to that. I'm getting ready to pack for a trip to Paris, and I'm going to show you the basics of how I pack. Hopefully it'll be helpful to you. Let's get into it. So let's start off with luggage, because this is a controversial issue in and of itself. You see here, my luggage, I use hard-sided luggage. I used soft-sided luggage for years and went to this hard-sided luggage, and I absolutely love it. I feel like it's hardier, it's more lightweight, and it's just a really versatile set. Also, I picked a really fun, bright design that few people are going to have, so it's easier to spot my bag on a carousel if I'm checking luggage. The other tip that I have for you related to luggage is, as Kiki makes an appearance, there's Kiki, I put my business card in a little plastic envelope, and I super glued it to my luggage. This thing is not coming off for anybody. So it's really easy for me to just flip the bag around, because it is on 4 wheels, and know that it's definitely my bag. So I have that on all of my bags. Now for Paris, and for most of my trips, if I'm checking a bag, I'm going to use this medium-sized bag. I've used the large bag, but only packing for multiple people. It's just huge. I mean, if I were going somewhere for a month, maybe that would make sense, but it just doesn't make sense for a trip that is less than 2 weeks. I will be gone for 10 days for this trip to Paris and on a river cruise, so I'm going to use this medium bag as my checked bag. Most of the time, I keep it simple, and I stick to this small bag, which is a carry-on size. This is a standard carry-on size. I think it's 18 inches, whereas the medium-sized bag is a 22-inch. So I'm going to try to make it all fit in the carry-on, but I'm probably going to stick to this medium-sized bag for my checked luggage, and then I will use just a duffel bag for my carry-on. So let's get to the actual packing. If I'm going to be gone for more than 2 or 3 days, I start with a packing list. I decide what I'm going to need for the trip based on what I'll be doing, and I make a packing list. If you have a packing list, you're more likely to stick to it. There is the biggest tip for not overpacking. So I've got my packing list, and I've laid out a few things that are examples of how I pack. First of all, lay your clothes out. What you want to do is you want to make outfits. This goes for guys as well as gals. Make outfits, and you can make outfits where you have 2 tops for 1 pant or 1 skirt. So it's versatile. You have a bottom half that is going to work with multiple things. That's going to minimize your packing. So here I have a pant and I have 2 tops that work with it. The other thing you want to do is you want to roll your clothes. Rolling makes them more compact. You can also put them in plastic bags and squeeze all of the air out. You don't have to buy fancy bags for that. You can use packing cubes. I've given packing cubes as gifts to clients before. I've used packing cubes before. I tend to stick to plastic bags when I use anything at all. So roll your clothes, multiple tops for 1 bottom, and lay out your outfits. Now for this particular trip, I'm on the trip with my sister. She likes it colder in the room at night. So I'm packing 2 different pajamas. I'm packing one that has a longer leg, and I'm packing shorts just in case. This takes up no room once it's rolled. The other thing that I want to make sure I have is workout gear. We'll be doing yoga on the top deck. So I've got just cute little yoga pants that are comfortable and a top that works with anything. One of the other things that people overpack is shoes. So you want to keep it simple. First of all, this is a pair of slippers that I picked up at IKEA for $1.99. These are fantastic for traveling. Look how slim that is. Super, super slender profile. Those are going to be great for traveling. These shoes work for a dressier, I can wear these to dinner, but I can also wear these walking around the streets of Paris because they're comfortable. So I'll have a couple of pairs of shoes. I'll have slippers for in the cabin at night. Don't forget to pack your underthings. Always pack one extra outfit in your carry-on. You never know what's going to happen with your luggage. You don't want to be stuck without at least one extra outfit just in case. So always pack at least one outfit in your carry-on. The other things that you want to pack in your carry-on are any sensitive, expensive things like cameras and camera equipment. You want to pack your power converter and power. This is a great power converter that I found. It has 4 USB slots, and it has all of the different converters, all of the different plugs. It actually has a plug for Europe, so that'll be handy. But you can always just plug this into whichever of these is appropriate. It even has the US. So make sure you bring your chargers, your phone charger, your camera charger, extra battery, extra memory card. Those are essentials, but those should be in your carry-on. When you get to your destination, you don't want to have to wait for your luggage to arrive to be able to charge up. The last thing that you need to have in your carry-on is any kind of jewelry. And I put my jewelry in these cute little bags. And some of these are from gifts that I've received. Some of them are from purchases that I've made. I always save these little bags and use these for traveling. And I'll get one larger bag and I'll put all of the smaller bags inside of it. Make it one compact bag with all of my jewelry, especially if you have real jewelry. A couple of things that I like to take with me are a first aid kit, just a basic first aid kit. So this has ibuprofen, has allergy medication, has an extra inhaler. I always have an inhaler with me when in my purse. It has Imodium AD, has a little tube of Neosporin and some Band-Aids. So just some basic travel first aid essentials. And then make sure that if you are putting any kind of liquids in your carry-on bag, that you have them in little containers that are 3 ounces or less. I do fit mine into a gallon size bag, and I've never run into an issue with it. It's just impossible to fit all of your liquids into a quart size bag. I also like to take these little Cottonelle wipes just to help keep things fresh. And if you don't have these little containers, you can get them at Target really, really inexpensively. Let me show you. Here at Target to get some travel essentials. The pharmacy at your local Target will have a section of travel-sized essentials, from containers to shampoos, Kleenex to ibuprofen. This section is a traveler's treasure. There are squeeze bottles, there are spray bottles, and they're different colors. So you have lots of options for your bottles. And I like to get these that have just the screw top. You can open them like this if you want, but these don't leak. So this is my favorite kind, and I'll get just different colors to designate the different things. You can also write on it with a Sharpie what's in there. One of the things that you should travel with if you're taking a long flight is some kind of rose water or freshening spray. Now these Mario Badescu sprays are very, very popular, and although I am allergic to aloe, what's in these has not created a reaction in me, so don't worry about that if you have a reaction to aloe. But these are very refreshing, and you can get little spray bottles at Target as well. So just pour a little bit into a spray bottle, drop that into your bag of liquids, and then you have something to help freshen you and hydrate your skin while you're on your long flight. A couple of other travel essentials are a rain jacket, and it does not have to be a jacket this heavy. This just happens to be my favorite rain jacket. I have a light sweater that I'll be taking with me. It actually keeps me quite warm. And then one of the biggest essentials is a scarf, a full-length scarf. You can use this to wrap your head, use it as a shawl. Scarves are so versatile, and you will not be sorry that you made a little bit of room for that. If you are traveling somewhere where it's likely to rain, make sure that you take a little light portable umbrella. This one weighs about a pound, maybe a pound and a quarter, and it's very compact, so that's going to go with me to Paris. And if you are going to Europe, especially where the pickpockets are so professional it makes one want to cry, you want to make sure that you have a crossbody bag. That means that you're going to have the bag at the front of you. I'll show you. So this is one of my favorites. It is a little bit on the smaller side, so it's going to be tough to fit everything that I want to carry with me, but you're not going to want to carry much with you anyway. So it's 2 zippered pockets, so I'm going to know if somebody is trying to get into my bag. You want to make sure though that you don't leave them unzipped. But by wearing it crossbody, you have it in front of you, so you're not getting, touched from the back, and getting your pockets picked without even realizing it. So I tend to keep a hand on my bag at all times. I can even hold a camera and take photos and still keep my hand on my bag. But you can go with different styles. It just depends on what suits you, what your preferences are. This one is fantastic because you have to undo a latch in order to get the bag open. And it is fairly roomy in there. You can definitely fit your wallet, your passport if you're carrying your passport with you. If you're carrying your passport with you, you better be really careful. And it does have an extra little pocket. So I can fit my cell phone, wallet, a couple of little essentials in here. No one is going to be able to just slip their hand in and pull anything out of your bag. So this is a fantastic option. This style where it has a flap, so you can fit a whole lot in here because of the shape of the bag. I can even fit my vlogging piece in there. But it's not quite as secure. So I can fit a wallet in here, my phone, all of the essentials, but this flap is not super secure. So it's magnetic. Unless your hand is over your bag at all times, this bag could be a little bit risky. So what it all boils down to, you guys, is planning. If you plan ahead, you plan your outfits, you roll your clothes, make sure that you have your checklist all checked off. You're not going to forget things. You're going to be able to pack more compactly, and you are going to make sure that you have everything that you need. If you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out, let me know, send me a private message or leave a comment, and I will be happy to answer your questions. Happy travels!